every major metropolitan area in the country has a problem. This is just another one of them.
Well, same thing is happening in Beverly Hills right now. This is actually follow-up from a story we talked about in 2021. We love to do follow-up for stories that we talked about a long time ago. And
well, it's still a problem. We're still going to be talking about it.
Yes. Well, back in 2021, the Beverly Hills Police Department's Safe Streets Task Force sounds bad already. Sounds bad already.
Well, they always use words like task force, like we're really getting the job done, but really it's just a ticket to act extra shitty to the citizenry.
Well, and in 2021, the realization was that they arrested almost exclusively black people. Like the arrests were, 99% of the arrests were black people.
And black people make up 2% of Beverly Hills' population.
Right. And so it was a red flag. Like, what's going on here with this quote unquote Safe Streets Task Force? What are you guys actually doing?
It's like Beverly Hills Cop, the movie, in real life, where Axel Foley gets thrown out of the window and those two hayseed white, Nazi-looking cops show up and they're like, all right, we're taking you with us. I just got thrown out the window, man. It's just art imitating life, or maybe life imitating art in this case.
We love Beverly Hills Cop in this house. We love that movie.
You did not seem like you loved my Beverly Hills Cop reference. Was it because it was muddled and all over the place?
It could have been neater. Yes, it could have been a little bit more clean. So
I wish I had a stinger or something to play of the Beverly Hills Cop music.
That would be great.
Banana in your tailpipe.
So there's a new lawsuit that is accusing the Beverly Hills Police Department of racial profiling.
Continued racial profiling. Yeah.
Shepard York, clerk at a Beverly Hills law office, on his way to work.
I spent 3 days in jail. Humiliating. Scary. Sad.
Police stopped him, say attorneys, because his license plates were expired. He was patted down, his car searched and impounded. But then he was never convicted of a crime.
There was only one reason why Shepard was pulled over, and that's because of the color of his skin.
I was stopped just for being black while driving in Beverly Hills.
Lakeisha Swift was pulled over for allegedly being 3 inches past the line at a red light. She says she was detained for 20 minutes and handcuffed.
They arrested my boyfriend. They took him to jail for 3 days.
Her attorney says her boyfriend was taken into custody for an outstanding warrant, but it turned out to be a mistake.
He spent 3 days in jail while they realized that there was no reason for him to be prosecuted.
If that's not racial profiling, I don't know what is.
Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump this morning lending his voice to this class action lawsuit, which seeks $500 million in damages for more than 1,000 plaintiffs. He says the proof is in the numbers.
They stopped 1,088 black motorists, and yet they only got 2 convictions.
Wow. That is insane. 1,088, nearly 1,100 black motorists pulled over. 2 convictions. 2. You're looking for a reason to pull somebody over when they're 3 inches over the line at a stop sign.
Ugh.
And then you get pulled over. That's not probable cause. We're going to find a reason, then we'll find the reason to arrest or harass. It's more bad policing, more cops acting with impunity, like they can do whatever they want to the citizenry when they have arrest power, they have the authority to detain, they have the authority to ruin someone's life, and we're putting people in charge who have no commitment to the tenets of protecting and serving.
Yeah, and going back to kind of how you started this whole segment about those news stories that you see where the cops are meeting with the kids or they're saving the cat in the tree or whatever.
Right.
And the reason that those aren't really heartwarming or don't do anything to help the reputation that the police have is because what we actually want to see is stories about cops who are policing other cops and keeping their fellow officers in check and making sure that they're doing the right thing. But what are the headlines that we see about that? those officers are, no longer cooperating in cases against their officers because they fear for their lives.
That's right.
They are not.
They're killed by fellow officers in L.A.
They're not willing to go against their fellow officers because it's like a gang. I mean, those are the headlines that we hear rather than cops saying, you know what, can you stop harassing people?
Right. I mean, how many times have you seen video of a cop acting out of control, hurting, punching, restraining roughly, being crazy, and the other cops just stand by and watch?
Yeah.
Like, there might be, maybe occasionally you'll see a look of distress, like, ooh, what's he doing?
Right, but do something.
But they don't do anything.
Yes.
They just sit and watch.
Yes, do something, please.
So, this is obviously, there's no solution here. This is continued coverage. We're going to continue to talk about this because this is a problem that is just not going away. We would invite your participation in this conversation, though. 657-464-7609. Of course, you can email a voice memo from your smartphone to idoubt@dollemore.com.